Hello, everyone. I'm Al Neely with ListenUp Podcast, and today we have Rome Davis, Jerome. He's from the Hampton Roads area. He's a comedian, and Jerome got started in Funny Bones, the local comedy club here, and it was about 7 years ago. You've been doing comedy now?
Yeah, going on 7 years, yeah.
Yeah, and he's been fortunate enough to appear and travel throughout the country, California, and most recently he just had an audition for America's Got Talent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, welcome, Jerome. Thank you for coming in.
Man, appreciate you having me.
Yes,
appreciate your patience with everything.
Oh yeah. Well, we're busy. You have quite a few irons throughout your life and just about everything. So talk to us. Talk to us about the audition.
So I auditioned for America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Which was in Sacramento, California.
Okay.
Now this is my third time auditioning for this one, but this is my second time going there. So I auditioned back in 2024 in California. I forgot what part of California. But I went out there. I did not make it. I tried out again last year. Of course, with the fires.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I wasn't able to make it out there. And I got rejected. This time, I saw the audition. And I got the alert. Because I'm not trying to say I'm crazy, but I have the alert set up for America's Got Talent auditions for my Instagram. So those are the only notifications that I get. Mm-hmm. So I went out to Sacramento, California, got there on a Thursday. My audition was on a Friday at Cache Creek Casino Resort. And it's only 90 seconds, but the prep for it is weeks, years, just for you to get this 90 seconds. So hopefully we get a call back and then go back out there in March. And hopefully March I go through and I just go up there one time. That's all I need.
Hopefully. How long have you been doing comedy? Stand-up?
I've been doing comedy 7 years.
Stand-up, or have you done any other type, improv, or just stand-up?
Just stand-up.
Okay.
I tried the skits when I got into stand-up, but boy, never again. All right? Yeah. Best to do it by yourself sometimes,
Yeah. Is that how you like to work?
I like to work by myself. I joke with a lot of people about this. I like to do the Kendrick Lamar approach.
Ooh.
Where it is, you don't know when I'm coming, but you know that I'm coming, right? And when I'm there, I'm dropping hits after hits, and then I go right back into the bat cave and do something else. Like, you don't know what I'm doing the next. So I like moving like that.
So what inspired you? Because I think you said you work for the government, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So you probably had to tamper down some of what you're gonna say, right?
I had to tamper down. I started comedy when I first started. I was working as a loan officer.
Okay.
So going from a cubicle to a stage is different. So as far as tampering down, as long as I stay away from like the politics, I'm okay. But they know what I'm doing. They know the comedy. They see the podcast. So, and a couple of them have been to the shows. So they not tripping. My manager went to one of my shows. I actually toned myself down because I knew she was coming. And then she said, "Why'd you do that?" And then I did it. I didn't do it the next time she saw me. So we cool. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. What was your inspiration for doing stand-up?
I always wanted to try it. I got into comedy I started doing stand-up in 2019. And at that time, I just lost my uncle on my mom's side, my Uncle Gerald. Mm-hmm. Diabetes. He went in for a procedure and just never came back. And I went to a comedy show at the Funny Bone, Virginia Beach Funny Bone, and saw Godfrey. And they was talking about comedy school, $250. And I was like, all right, well, $250, And I didn't want to say it because I had a young lady with me. I was trying to set something up with her. But Godfrey actually walked out the funny bone because you walk out the front, instead of walking out the backstage. And he was like, comedy school, you should do it. And walked away. I ain't see him after that. So I eventually went. It was
How did you know?
He saw the sign. He had, they got to make the announcement sometime. And he's like, just go. And I ain't never looked back since. I did the 6-week course, and it was interesting. It was definitely some characters in there, to say the least. But I wouldn't change it, though. So I did 6 weeks there, and then a buddy of mine told me about a place called the Venue on 35th Street. You familiar with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I became a beast by going in there every Thursday. For the last 6 years, I had two mentors, Marlon Hargrave and James Cooper, and they put you to work in there. You not only do comedy, but you do music. You may do poetry. We had a couple of wrestlers.
What do you mean you do music?
Like they'll have musicians
you playing instruments?
No, I don't play no instruments. They'll have it's a class.
Okay.
Iron sharpens iron. Excuse me. And they had musicians, and they come in there and play their instruments. You have poets to come do poetry, comedians, authors, and I got one guy. He's a professional wrestler. He comes in and does his promos for his shows come up. And yeah, you get a little bit of everything. So you get the network, but you also get to grow at the same time. So
that's awesome. And your material, where would you say you pull from your material?
Life.
Really? All right.
You got to find a way to laugh at life. You know what I'm saying? Like, You just got to look at the aspects. We were just joking earlier because I turned out the lights in the bathroom.
That's right. Right. But see, that's cultural thing. I know, from your generational. Yeah, so somebody was yelling at you, turn out the lights, and
my mom.
It's stuck. Close the door. Stop letting the air out, How many times have I heard that? So, life. So, how long would you say? I know you did a 90-second set, right? Mm-hmm. By now, 7 years, you probably have so much material. How long a set can you do with material?
An hour.
Really?
I could do about.
Have you had to do an hour before?
Nah, the most I done was about 35 minutes.
Okay.
And that was.
So where are some of the places you've been?
Virginia Beach Funny Bone.
Okay.
Richmond Funny Bone. Baltimore Improv.
Okay.
DC Improv. Mom's Mabley Club in Baltimore. Motor House. Comics Roadhouse, which is in Connecticut. So that was at the Mohegan Sun Resort in Connecticut. I did that one a couple of years ago. I was in Last Comic Standing. Chocolate Sundays. Don't Tell Comedy. Push Theater. Zytus Theater. I did my first special last year on WHRO underneath the Story Exchange. I was the first part of the first Story Exchange for WHRO, which ended up turning into a special for me. So yeah, I've been everywhere. I've been a lot of places.
And the longest set's 35 minutes?
35 minutes.
All right. So I see that you believe comedy can cure racism.
Yep.
Tell me why you feel like that.
You ever look into the crowd? When you're performing, when you look into the crowd, no matter the background, no matter the religion, the gender, the race, everybody is laughing at something that you didn't say, right? I have jokes about crazy family members. You have crazy family members?
Yeah, I think everybody does, right? Yeah.
Right? So it's just relatable. You could cure, laughter is a cure for a lot of stuff. Racism, depression, anxiety, getting to know somebody. Some people do like openers to joke up, joke with get to know people. You can cure a lot of stuff with the microphone if you're a comedian. I've seen some great comedians over time in person and on television, like George Carlin, D.L. Hughley, Lavelle Crawford.
They tell stories.
Yeah, man. Another one, Mike Goodwin. You just had, I think you had one up here. I love her to death. Kels Morton.
Oh yeah, Kels
is dope. Her little crew she has, Ladies of Comedy, dope, right? And it's a mixture.
You ever see her social media?
Yeah,
promos.
She used to act. Seeing her picture with you is the reason why I hit you up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She kind of opened my eyes when when I first met her. We were at Chicho's, and I went up to her and started talking to her, and she's real chill, very easy to talk to, and she got up there and she did her thing. Then she came in here. I'm like, so you don't get nervous? She's like, yeah. She said, when you were talking to me, I was real nervous. Right? She says, but after you get up there for a while, a few minutes or so, you get that first laugh. It's like, okay, I'm the professional here. just let me take over. So do you have nervousness before each show?
Every show.
Really?
Every show. Some people will see me if they say will call is at 6:30. I'll be there at 6:15 because I'm just superstitious. I will pace before I go and do my set. I've told these jokes hundreds of times, millions. I still have them on a Post-it card, just looking over, making sure my set is in order, like how I want it to do. I get very nervous before I perform, but as soon as they call my name up, Rome Davis, it just goes away. But yeah, I get nervous before every show. I'm 37. I still call my mom up to tell her that I had a good set or I'm there. Yeah. So it's just me. It's just I feel like if you're not nervous doing it or before you're doing it, sometimes the love is gone.
You don't care, huh?
Yeah.
I think that's your whole idea is, from what I understand, what you're telling me is you have an interest in making people laugh, right?
Yeah.
So when that goes away, I'm assuming that why are you up there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you also have a podcast.
Yeah. No ID podcast.
Yeah. So you you said you had several dominatrix on there, right?
Yep.
Rome, come on, man. Why and how did you do that? Why?
The podcast No ID was created to change the norm, right? Poke a bear.
Okay.
Right? And dominatrixes came up there probably like the second season.
Yeah. These are like people you know?
One of them I knew.
Personal experience, bro.
Well, not personal experience. Not personal experience. But I had one friend up there. She was into the industry. And then once you get one, the rest of them like follow in. And I want people to realize, like, yeah, they may be dominatrixes or fetish models or in the adult industry, but these same people could be bagging your groceries or making your coffee and stuff. They're just average people that just want to tell their story. And I do it with no judgment. I don't flirt with them. Just do the interview. Keep it pushing. I feel like everybody has a voice and everybody needs to be heard. So it's a judgment-free zone.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So throughout your 7 years, one of the things I always want to talk about when I get a comedian on is hecklers. So how do you typically deal with hecklers? Because there's one, I have not been to a show where there's not somebody that does something throughout a show. I don't know if it's the alcohol or, they think they should be up there. Yeah. So give me one of your personal experiences with a heckler.
I had a chicken bone thrown at me.
Get out of here.
It was a flat. I was at I couldn't win that one. The lady was heckling me for 3 weeks straight on a Monday. I would go to this open mic at a bar. And where the bar was at, the quote unquote stage. It was just just almost on the floor.
Right.
And for 3 weeks, this lady just kept picking and just picking, and I was ignoring it because I was fresh into comedy, and I roasted her back. I just got tired of it. Her legs looked like 2 rolled up sleeping bags. And yeah, she threw a chicken bone at me.
Oh. And she got mad.
She got mad. Oh. They turned my microphone off. They cut the music up, and I never went back to that mic. And I started No ID podcast after that. So, but hecklers come when they're drunk, but you really don't get heckled if your material is hidden. If your jokes are hidden,
right,
they're not gonna pick with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's rare now for me. When I first started, I got a couple of hecklers, but now that I'm grown into the performer and the comedian I am, and still am growing, I don't get it anymore. So
who in the industry have would you say that has inspired you or you look to for style or inspiration?
It's a lot of them, but D.L. Hughley.
You like D.L.?
I love D.L. Hughley. I've seen every D.L. special, every movie, every episode of the Hughleys. It shows a lot. The way he carries himself and the way he's evolved, right? Mm-hmm. So for people that don't know, before Kings of Comedy, D.L. Hughley already had 2 specials out.
Right? I had no idea.
He had a 30-minute special when HBO was doing these 30-minute specials. Yeah. And then he had his Going Home special. If you've seen, he had this yellow suit on and he had TVs. He was talking about home. And the Hughley was already moving from like ABC to UPN at the time. So when the Kings of Comedy came out, he was already, in my opinion, established, right?
Right.
So watching him from the 30-minute special up until now and in person is like his style is just like, it's just chill. You know, you don't know if he's doing material or not, if he's just spitting off the top of his head, he's freestyling, he's improvising, and his crowd work is astonishing, right? And that's one of the guys, like, he in my eyes, he's on my list of like top tier. Like all the Kings of Comedies were cool, right? Yeah. Right, but you gotta realize you had not only Kings of Comedy, and I'm sorry for rambling, but you had Kings of Comedy, you had Blue Collar Comedy Tour, which was dope. You had Queens of Comedy, Latin Kings of Comedy. You had so many of them, and then you had, like, before that you had Def Comedy Jam. Then you had Bad Boys of Comedy, right? Yeah. And Bad Boys of Comedy was highly underrated because you had like Tony Woods, who mentored Dave Chappelle back then, and Ali Sadiq was up there. Yeah, and
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's deep. It's a deep history. Especially like Tony Woods, he'll pop up at an open mic. He might be at a fish restaurant telling 10 minutes worth of jokes. And I've seen it before. I'm like, you're Tony Woods. Like, I've seen all your stuff, right? And I've seen him at the Funny Bone. But like DL is goated. He's goated.
Yeah.
He's goated in my opinion.
Yeah. So, Bernie Mac, man, you made me think about that. As a major loss, but I'm thinking of the Kings of Comedies. I thought he was special.
Man, very special. Yeah. I know you love Bernie, but on Walter Latham's comedy page, on his YouTube page, you will see the old clips of the Kings of Comedy before it became a movie. So you will actually see them perform and work out the material prior to the actual movie coming out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's a dope era. So I watch a lot of stand up, unfortunately. You know what I mean? That's usually
you're supposed to.
Yeah, that's on that's my algorithm.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's you'll see like the old Kings of Comedy, and before DL was even on the tour, I think it was one of the Tory brothers was hosting prior to that. Like Steve wasn't hosting prior to the movie. He was actually doing a spot. He was doing his 10, 15 minutes like everybody else. And DL came on, was like a second option. I think Guy Tori was up there doing it. Yeah, so I don't know how DL and them came up there, but DL came up there and was like, all right, this guy's goated. So, yeah.
All right, so here's a question for you. Mm-hmm. I know we were talking about trends earlier, but you pay attention to Drewski?
I do.
Okay. So give me your thoughts on everybody that's coming at Drewski right now for the mega church pastor. What's your thoughts on that?
I love the skit.
It hit home for a few people.
But have you seen Righteous Gemstones?
No.
That was a whole show doing the same thing. That was on HBO. There's been skits and previous stuff. He wasn't poking fun at the church. He was poking fun of the pastors,
right?
Yeah,
yeah. And I wonder, why people are actually getting upset about that. Yeah. How accurate would you say that is? Okay. First of all, did you grow up in the church?
I did grow up in the church
in Norfolk.
I didn't see none of that.
Okay, so your pastors are probably a little bit different,
Yeah, way
the
different.
ones back then were a little bit different. They didn't necessarily have to have the Bentleys and
the Louis Vuitton.
yeah, but would you say it's pretty accurate?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a Peter Popoff infomercial back then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. If you seen a Peter Popoff, this man was selling Aquafina water, shots of Aquafina water in a sandwich bag, and it's called a healing water. And he will send it to you because I signed up for it. He will send it to you.
Really?
I signed up for it. And after 3 donations, after 3 of them.
How much did you give him?
I didn't give anything. Like after that 3rd bag came, I just threw it in the trash can. It was like, this is literally Aquafina and some Vaseline. It's supposed to be like healing water, holy water. And I don't know if you remember that episode of Good Times when James' friend was supposed to be a pastor and he found out that James was going to be an actor.
No.
It was an old episode of Good Times. I was like, oh, this is what it is. I like the Drewski skit. I like Drewski skits in general. I think they're very spot on. People are in a frenzy because art imitates life.
I tell that. Yeah.
So, I mean, now the pastors ain't wearing the big chains and stuff on their. I got seen them on Instagram. Not wearing the big chains and stuff. And I came up in the Peter Popoff era, and as raw as this sound, there was a pastor called the Topless Pastor, and then there's a pastor I saw, the BBL Pastor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you put it out there, and now somebody's actually imitating you. There's no need to get offended. Just take it for what it is. Yeah. People gonna make fun of us. People make fun of me all the time. I'm 5'4" with a receding hairline. They're gonna joke with me all the time.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were taller than that.
My feet swinging. That's why I'm leaning right now.
Okay. Well, you taller than Kevin. So. Yeah. So you said you've been to the Laugh Factory.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
Nerve-wracking.
Really?
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah, that's one of the places that if you get an opportunity to go as a comedian, you definitely want that on your resume, right?
You definitely.
What was so nerve-wracking about it?
The wait list. And when I first signed up, the wait list told me I wasn't going to be able to perform to 2035.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So a lot of comedians will screenshot and you'll see the year, the date that they're supposed to perform, like 2035. So I got in on a whim doing this first impressions thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, nerve-wracking. The host was the Carl Williams. So beautiful. I shot my shot. Prior to the show, I didn't even know she was hosting it. And she got mad. She said, "Don't you ever give up on your jokes again." Because I didn't know they was hitting or not. And I mean, it is what it is. You know, I got the credit.
Right.
But I ain't got nothing else.
Okay. All right. So what do you have coming up now? And
I have...
where you going to be? Virginia Beach?
Williamsburg, the 31st at Precarious Beer Project. I got a couple of shows in February. I'm just waiting for the paperwork to come back. I got one Canvas Social in Hampton on the 28th. The 20th, I'm doing Jokes on Tap. The 27th, I think I'm in Waverton, Virginia. I got a couple coming up at Coastal Brewery, and yeah, this
where do you see yourself? What are you trying to do with comedy? Eventually leave the government job?
Yeah.
So,
I want to walk in that job, I'm like, I made it, and just peace on out.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to give back to the comedy community. I want to be able to
talk about your background. That's a good one, because people, we like to know a little bit about your background. You're born in Norfolk.
Born in Norfolk.
Yeah.
I graduated from Northview High School.
Okay.
2007.
Where'd you live? In Northview?
Yeah. Wellington Oaks.
Ooh. Yeah, for y'all don't know about Wellington Oaks. Tell them about Wellington Oaks.
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
It's a little rough, man. But if you got a sense of humor, you can get out of anything up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2012, I graduated with a bachelor's in business administration from ECPI University. I actually flunked out of Tidewater Community College.
You weren't serious?
Nah, I wasn't at all.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, I wasn't serious at all, man. I had to pay them student loans back.
Right.
So, yeah, I flunked
So
out.
parents weren't happy.
Nah. Honestly, if it wasn't for my mom, I'd probably be in the military because my dad was ready to ship me out at that point.
Wow. Yeah.
So, I graduated in 2012. And then after that, I tried to do this entrepreneurial thing. I went through a bad breakup. I tried to flip sneakers, be a sneaker investor. I tried to buy a 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts, Subway, and I always got to the right there to the end point. And I was like, I'm cool. And I think my last call was when Toys R Us went out of business, and I had the bright idea to buy American Girl porcelain dolls and flip them online. Little known fact, I am afraid of porcelain dolls. So it was
I didn't even know they had porcelain dolls.
Yeah. I'm not selling them things, man. So I tried a lot, man. I was in...
Why are you afraid of dolls?
You ever seen Toy Story?
You mean with Woody and Buzz and all of that?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah.
You know, you got Toy Story, you got Chucky, Puppet Master. Those movies right there just shaped me. Like,
Okay.
I'm still afraid to go take the trash out in the dark because I don't know if Jason's going to. Yeah.
Got
so,
you. Yeah.
So, but I grew up in a 2-parent household. I have a sister. My mother is a retired school teacher. My father was retired military and a computer engineer. My sister is now a school teacher now, and I work in finance. My mother is also a comedian as well too.
No.
Yeah,
That's a lot of pressure.
it's a lot of pressure. that's my heart.
Family get together. Let's see who's the funniest, right?
Oh, we go heads up.
Okay.
We go heads up, man. And before my father passed in 2023. But my father was one of my biggest supporters when it came to the comedy and the podcast. Like when I went to comedy school and they said $250, he paid half. Podcast equipment, right at Best Buy, paying half. Well, we want half. I was actually swiping his card. I'm like, I get you back when I can get you. I never got him back. Yeah. So, he was a big supporter of my mom. like even now at this age, like I came from Sacramento last week. The week before I was in DC, and a couple of weeks ago I was in Baltimore. Mom helps pick out the outfit, helps book my hotel, helps me pack.
She's your manager.
Therapist. Notepad, because I bounce some jokes off of her. My father was the same way, but my father was a little different. My father he was my actual manager. And, you know, I would tell him about this idea, and he was like, well, you know what you want to do. All right, man up. Toughen up. This is what you sign up for. So my sister is like my common spirit, per se. Because of what I heard, I'd probably just flip out, you know, with all these ideas and some of the stuff that you go through in comedy, the people and the energy that you're around. You like, you know, why you like this? You know what I'm saying? And instead of venting to another comedian that's gonna probably go back and repeat it, I just vent it to my sister. So, yeah, and
you think in some kind of way, comets it's a reflection of some of the things that are going on, their materials that inside of them.
Yes and no.
They may have dealt with, or I'm sorry, they may not have dealt with.
Yes and no.
Okay.
You can see when a comedian is lying on their when they do their set, right? Because they don't believe in their set, and that's how you get hecklers. That's how you have bad stage presence. That's how you bomb. Because there's no truth behind it, right? One of the greatest truth tellers in comedy is Richard Pryor, right? Richard Pryor, numerous specials, man burned himself up, came out, released a special, talked about it. Right? So you can see that. And as a comedian, you have to find a way to take your life, your experiences, your truth, and make them funny and relatable to whoever's in that crowd.
Right.
And a lot of comedians don't do that, right? And you see a lot of them do it, but it's more that don't do it. But we were talking about Kill Tony earlier. It's not a lot of truth sometimes behind those comedians. Even when I go to the open mics and I see some of these shows, I'm like, just be yourself up there. Just tell them like the interesting about you, because they'll laugh with you. They're not laughing at you, right?
Right.
And that's what a lot of us struggle with. We don't go up there and tell the truth. My first 2 years, I was lying, and chicken wing got thrown at me. I was like, all right.
And that's what changed.
That's what changed.
Yeah.
I took a month off, started a podcast, and I came back, and COVID happened, and I was like, all right, well, let me just watch all these comedians and see what they're doing. Like, if you just go up there, tell the truth, and act like it's a natural conversation, I guarantee you, man, you'll go far. That 90 seconds, that 35 minutes, it'd be smooth if you just natural conversation. Just make it relatable.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, tell us something that we haven't talked about that you know that we don't know about you.
I'm shy.
Really?
I'm very shy. I'm very quiet. If a microphone is in front of me, I'll talk, but if one is not in front of me, you probably won't even know I'm in the
So you're an introvert.
Yeah, I'm very introvert. Antisocial.
So when you're doing shows, does it take a lot out of you?
Yeah. Like, I'm ready to just go home and sleep. You know,
After the show?
After the show. Because, you know, after the show, I got to pass out business cards. I got to kiss hands and shake the babies.
You have T-shirts and all that stuff?
Yeah, I used to have T-shirts, but now I don't do the T-shirts anymore because it made me talk even more. So after a while, I just started giving T-shirts out for free. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So I'm very, very shy. I'm very quiet. You know, I don't brag, you know, but like I said, you wouldn't even know if I worked for the government. I was a comedian.
I had no idea.
Yeah, like you wouldn't, like I was a loan officer telling jokes. So 1 minute I'm denying you for a loan at 3:00 in the afternoon, but at 9:00 at night, I'm crushing it on the stage. So you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. You know, I'm very peculiar about my material, about where I perform at. I rehearse material for months just to get a good 5 minutes. You know, I go to the venue on 35th Street every Thursday.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, to get my material right. You know,
And that's a stand up?
Yeah, I do my stand up
every Thursday night.
Every Thursday night, 9 p.m.
Okay.
Sometimes it can go to 1:00 in the morning. Yeah, it's $5 to go up there and perform, and they do an open mic on Mondays. I may pull up to that open mic some Mondays. I watch a lot of stand up, but I watch it on mute because I want to see how they move. I want to see their body gestures, their facial expressions, how they like. Who are they focusing on the audience? I watch a lot of wrestling as well too for the promos because the connection that they have with the audience to tell a story. You know, I do that stuff. But like, if you really want to know more about me, I'm reading now more per se. I'm reading Art of War by Sun Tzu and Automatic Habits. And I go to meditation classes at the Holistic Treehouse. So people don't know that. I may crack jokes and be quiet, but 2 times out of the month, I'm at the Holistic Treehouse doing chapter of us meditation. You know.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Sun Tzu. Read that right now. It's a lot of what he talks about is going on in the world.
Yeah, I just finished The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. When it's about working smarter and caring less. And I've read that book twice. Just like a Bible, I will highlight what sticks out and go back and make my notes. And, you know, that's my piece. I don't like a lot of noise. I meditate, not just at the Holistic Treehouse. Sometimes you may see me outside, literally in my garage with the door open, like just watching nature. I don't have my phone on me all the time.
Just stand there, looking at birds.
Just stand there looking at birds, like listen to Grover Washington or.
Oh, okay. Now you know it's Philly boy there. So
yeah, like I'm listening to Andre 3000's album or like you know,
like him too. Yeah.
Lil Jon from the Lil Jon Eastside Boys got a meditation album out. Meditation albums.
No.
So I'm listening to them, like you know. Bob Marley that's just me. It's just very much of an introvert. You know, holistic practices, reading, meditation, easygoing, you know, and quiet. Like this is gonna be the most I'm gonna talk all day. And I got free will.
Yeah. Okay. So you named some of the places. How can we find you on social media? Well, first of all, what social media platforms are you on?
I'm on everything.
Okay.
Instagram, Comedian Rome.
Okay.
YouTube at Comedian Rome Davis. Twitter at Comedian Rome.
Do you have any on YouTube? They have some of you have clips of your stand up?
I got the full stand up.
Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Full podcast episodes. I don't believe in not putting the full clip up. I'll put a teaser up there and then I'll upload the full clip. Cause somebody got to see me, you know. Whether I get 1 view or 10 views, it don't matter to me as long as somebody watched it. So I know I'm doing the thing. So we good.
Okay. Where we're at on TikTok?
Comedian Rome. I get better with TikTok.
Okay.
Letterboxd.
But like you said, you know, the attention span, that's what TikTok's for. Those people that have like
The short attention span.
Yeah, that attention span, very short.
Letterboxd, the comedian Rome. I review movies. Substack. I write Substack articles. Twitter, comedian Rome. Facebook, Rome Davis. You can find me up there. I even have a website. If you go to one of those pages, if you click that link, it'll put you on all the social media, the mailing list, the podcast, any articles or interviews I've been featured in. You'll see all of those.
Okay.
And I appreciate you having me up here. I've been looking at your book collection, your poster collection outside.
Yeah, I'm a little different probably. But what do you think?
No. I actually like this because I saw The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I saw the Ben Carson book. And I was about to ask you about the Black Revolution on campus. And this is actually dope.
That's Stokely Carmichael.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. But I had to get Ben Carson because someone was telling me how they were impressed with Ben Carson, all the things that he had accomplished. And I picked it up at a thrift store, and it was an older white lady, and we were out in Gloucester, and she picked it up, and she was just pointing out Ben Carson, and I'm sitting there thinking that's probably one of the few black people that she's known that's accomplished anything. So she identifies with them because she's probably in the same political party. And I'm just sitting there growing up in Philly. I mean, that's, there's doctors, black doctors everywhere, So, but I picked it up, that Ben Carson book. So I started trying to figure out what his thinking was about. Like I said, I like to read and teach.
Yeah.
So.
You been to the African American Museum in D.C.?
I have not.
Recommend it.
You mean the one that they're trying to close?
Yes. I was there 2 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, well, my friend, I told her, I was like, yeah, baby, we got to go quick because they're going to shut this down.
Yeah. No, but I probably know a little bit more about most history, African American history. Coming from Philly and then going to HBCU, I kind of had my eyes opened up.
A lot more.
My history teacher was, he was actually mayor of Chesapeake. So, and it's kind of funny. Before he, you had the internet and everything, you could sign up for newsletters and enroll. And he had signed up for like the Ku Klux Klan newsletters and everything. And he would bring them to class and talk about them. And of course, they didn't know who he was, right? Because everything was by mail. So I learned a lot from just going from the HBCU and the thinking here. Your grandparents with you? Still?
Nah.
Yeah. So they can tell you stories.
Oh, yeah, they told me a lot of stories. My father did too.
Because your mom and dad are from here?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, both graduated from Northview High School too.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. That's good.
Same, yeah. So yeah, I heard a lot of stories, and like I was saying about that the Smithsonian African American Museum. I learned a lot, but I feel like they didn't touch on certain things. I feel like they could have added more, but we just got it in 2020. It's 2026 when I saw it, so I know there'll be more to come to it. And maybe one day listen, your podcast might be in there. Maybe my podcast may be in there.
Yeah, you might be up there because, like you said, you feel like comedy is something that brings people together.
Yeah.
Right? So you might be there.
Comedy is a gateway. The microphone, per se, is a gateway.
Yeah. Music is too, though.
Yeah, it is.
Music and comedy, I see, connects people.
Yeah, you get to travel a lot more, Like, I didn't never think I was going to be going to California, Sacramento, California, to be exact, to do stuff like that and meeting these people that I will watch on TV.
Yeah.
You know, so I met Seinfeld.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're getting off.
Yeah.
What do you think growing up where you are and going and meeting people and different people, how has it shaped the way you see people that have maybe from a different area, socioeconomic level, cultural backgrounds? It's opened up your eyes, would you say?
Nah.
How has it influenced your thought?
My only thought is like the social, economic, or the backgrounds. Like everybody just wants to laugh.
Okay.
So everybody's there to laugh. Nobody goes to a comedy club not to laugh. Nobody goes to a comedy
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter where you come from.
Nope. You just want to laugh. You might have had a hard day working for the government.
You probably do right now. You probably have a lot of those, right?
You just here to laugh. You know what I'm saying? You trying to escape for 2 hours.
Right.
And in them 2 hours, you getting paid to see me. Or he came out to see me, so
yeah,
I gotta do my part to make sure that at least when you go home, you like, man, that little guy was killing it up there. He was funny. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody needs to laugh. Like, it's too much going on right now. You gotta laugh, man. If we ain't laugh, we wouldn't have Tubi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate you coming in and talking with us.
Appreciate you having me.
We need to get out to see you a little bit more. And your podcast, we got to check that out. How often does that record? I mean, you put that out?
I got 2 episodes out for season 12 now. So I put out an episode maybe once every 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Thank you for coming in.
Thank y'all for having me.
That concludes today's episode of Listen Up. We'll catch you next time on Listen Up. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'm going to ask you to click on the links below. Follow, subscribe, become part of the conversation. And remember, listen up.